Hey guys, welcome to White Word Wednesdays and to your Elevate Your Real Estate Business channel. So today we are gonna be talking about one of the most misunderstood areas of the real estate business, and that is your database. So as we strategize and look into the different tactical ways to generate clients, we see that as we focus on the database, there are two ways in which we can generate income. And that is going to be either on the transactional side or the relational side. When we're talking about transactions, we're talking about short term. And when we're talking about relations, we're talking about long term. And so that goes back into the question, am I here to stay for the long run? Or am I here just to generate a certain amount of experience in the field, a certain amount of funds that most likely that will lead me into another area that I would where I would explore different opportunities as far as different ways to generate a stream of income. Now let's delve into these guys, because it is very important on how to differentiate the two of them. And a majority of us early on in our careers are hung here in the transactional side, where we see a lot of people out there in different organizations doing very well, and so because we want to play catch up, right, and we feel compelled because of competitiveness, we focus a lot of our efforts here. And sometimes I see agents in different organizations getting stressed, getting frustrated, because even though they are doing very well, the key to be able to have a sustainable business is not on this side, which is the relational part. Now, as far as what constitutes a transactional side, and we might be able to diagnose this where we are on our current real estate curve, and on the transactional side. So the transactional, as we mentioned earlier, is short term, right? It's basically short-lived. We're going to discuss here in a moment, what that means. It's always focused on the next trick. Hey, I like to try this next thing in Facebook, or I like to try this next thing in social media, and I want to generate all these leads, and therefore generating all these leads will give me the chance of closing this many deals. And so therefore I want to try this and I want to try that and I want to run it on my own. So it's always focused on the next trick. Transactional, we have this attitude of, hey, whatever it takes. I feel like 1,000% today, all in, I'm fired up. I want to make things happen, so whatever it takes, I'm there to make my $150,000, $250,000 or $300,000 or more, income goal. And this area right here, guys, is where we experience burnout. I've been 2 or 3 years in the business now. It feels that nobody understands me. I'm doing very well, but I just Monday through Sunday, and I feel like I need to take a longer break now. I need to take a break, and I need to re-energize. Or sometimes you might feel that we invested so much money, right, and we are even barely breaking even, or we are not satisfied, right, with our results. What is happening at home? What is happening to your relationships outside the business? What is happening to your health, right? And these guys, a great number of agents out there focus on this, where we don't have a long-term goal which is directed on building a business that doesn't depend on you. Now let's switch gears here and let's talk about the relational side. Okay, so the relational focus on long term, right? Focus on building something that is meaningful. There is a strategic approach on how to being able to formulate a long-term plan. It's focused on leadership, right? So, okay, so I want to create a niche, right, of clients that are focused on a certain demographics and focused on certain demographics and focused on a certain geographic area, right? So what do I need to do to prepare myself to be perceived as a leader in that group, as a person of authority in that group? Systems. So what are we using to leverage myself with systems and people that I can predictably know exactly what actions I need to take today to bring me consistency as I progress in the phase of building my business, as I hit different benchmarks? Mentorship, guys. Everyone that is a high performance person, no exception, has a mentor. So who is supporting you, on your journey? Are you on your journey on your own? Are we here to be Wonder Woman, Superman? How long would that last, right? Is everything depending on you? How long would that last? So mentorship, somebody that is going to be there to support us as we progress through this journey. That person has to be somebody who has been there and done that, and it has to be somebody who is going to put as much effort into your growth as you envision it to be for yourself and community. Now, being part of a community of people who also share your same values, your same standards in relation to your vision, your goals, your objectives, financially, personally, spiritually, professionally, all of that is part of what a community brings on a long-term plan. Now with these guys, when we go transactional or relational, right? So we see a couple of things happening, and you guys may be more familiar on this than myself, that as we go transactional, we work on hugging as many deals as we can, and I call that the roller coaster effect, because what happens is that you have good months, and then there are not so good months that actually come in your pipeline, where we are closing one deal in September, and then October is dry, November 2 other deals, December 3 other deals, January, February we go flat. And so I call this a roller coaster effect, because there is so much uncertainty when we go transactional, because there is not a clear vision. Whereas with relational, as we formulate a strategy long term that is going to be able to support us with systems, peoples, a community, mentorship, leadership, skill building, will lead us into a place where we would find the most rewarding experience, and that is creating something of value to your community that will bring as much meaning to yourself as also the people that are part of your journey. Now in this relational, we see the graphs, and the graph basically, consistently goes up in terms of your income potential. And any periods that actually flatten out are your periods of learning, your periods of growth, because each benchmark has or it requires a different capacity. Okay, so guys, I hope you found this helpful. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll see you soon.